Hi friends! So today we are going to read Curious George, Snowy Day. Since we are talking about winter, I chose this book. So I think we're going to find out what Curious George does on his snowy day. George woke up to a wonderful surprise. It had snowed all night. George was curious about all that clean white snow. Maybe he could build something out of it. You go outside, George, said the man with the yellow hat. I'll make us some cocoa for later. This was going to be a perfect day. George went out to play. Uh-oh, he sank right into the fluffy powder. Oh no. Friends, what do you think he could build out of the snow? Let's see. Bill, George's friend and neighbor, came by. He did not have any trouble walking on the snow. Hey, George, Bill said, I have an extra pair of cross-country skis you can have. Then Bill showed George how to ski by making zigzags through the snow. George could not wait to try it for himself. See? And here is a picture of his friend making zigzags with his skis. With skis, George could stay on top of the snow, and he followed Bill uphill. Suddenly, they heard a noise. Oink, oink, oink. Bill said, I'm going to go find out what that is. You wait here. George waited on top of the hill in the cold. His house looked so small, and it looked warm. George wanted to get home for his cocoa. Was Bill ever going to come back? Hey, George, Bill shouted from the bottom of the hill. I couldn't find whatever made that sound, but I have to head home now. Keep the skis and you have fun. So George did. For a while. When George was tired, he skied down the hill toward home until he hit a rock. Uh-oh. What's happening in this picture, friends? Oh, his skis flew off and George tumbled the rest of the way down. George picked himself up at the bottom of the hill. What would he do now? He spotted two children pulling a sled. They were walking on the snow, but they didn't have skis. How did they do it? What do you see, friends? How are these two friends walking on the snow? Do they have something special on their feet? It says it had to be those wide, flat shoes they wore. Vinny, I think he likes our snowshoes, the girl said. George nodded. Vicky and I live on the other side of the hill, said Vinny. If you come home with us, we'll lend you our snowshoes so you can get home too. Climb aboard the sled. It was fun to sail down another hill, but now George was even farther from his house. Oh, here you go, Monkey, Vicky said. She gave George her snowshoes and climbed on the sled. Bye, Monkey. Good luck. George began his long journey home. It was cold, and he was tired, and climbing up the hill was hard work. The thought of a nice steaming cup of cocoa kept him going. Oink! George looked up. There was that noise again. He decided to follow it. What do you think the noise is, friends? What do you think he's going to find? A cold, lost pig. What was he doing out here all by himself? And how could George rescue the poor pig? George remembered how Vicky and Vinny had rescued him. What George needed was a sled. It had to be flat and big enough for the pig to sit on. A fallen sign nearby. Looked like a good choice. What a ride. Here they are, sliding down the hill. From George's face, it looks like he's having a blast, but how do you think the pig's feeling right now? He's looking pretty scared, isn't he? How do you guys feel? Have you ever been sledding before? I love sledding, but if the hill's too high, it can be pretty scary, right? Let's see. Oh, when George got home, he found his neighbor, Farmer Rankins, talking to the man with the yellow hat. "Thanks for bringing my pig home, George," the farmer said. "He got out last night before it snowed." "Good work, George," said the man with the yellow hat. "There's some cocoa waiting for you inside." Oh, that was exactly what George had hoped to hear. Skiing, snowshoeing, sledding, and now cocoa. It had been the perfect snowy day. The end. Oh, what an exciting day for George. Friends, what do you guys like to do on your snowy days? I would love to know. So if you want to tell mommy or daddy, what do you like to do on your snowy days? And then you can email me, okay? Or we can talk about it in our next classroom meeting, okay? So whenever you join, tell me that you have read or you have listened to our story time, Curious George Snowy Day, and you can tell me about what you like to do. All right? Bye.